Hey everyone, it's Melinda with Tailored in Teal and welcome back to another What Sold video. These are sales on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay from November 16th through November 30th of 2023. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am a part-time online reseller and I sell on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and also Curtsy, which I still haven't had a sale on, and I've been there for maybe 2 to 3 weeks, but I'm hopeful. Like I said in my last What Sold video, it is very passive income. It's basically just another audience viewing your items. So fingers crossed one day I will have a sale to report to you, but we are going to start on Mercari where I had 3 sales. The first sale was another chain belt. This one was a silver tone scalloped textured square link chain belt. There was a little bit of wear to the scallop pattern, like some of the copper was coming through, but you really couldn't tell until you looked close up. This came from one of my Shop Goodwill belt unboxings and it sold for $12. The next sale was a bracelet from my Via Trading Amazon jewelry lot. This one was a silver tone engraved granddaughter themed bracelet. It was a thin cuff style bracelet and it sold for $7. And then the last sale is also a chain belt and is also silver tone. I just realized I sold all silver tone items over here on Mercari. It was a gunmetal gray and silver tone round circle chain belt. It sold for $6.25. No, it didn't sell for a ton, but it also did have some wear to it, so I was okay with that. So of my 3 Mercari sales, I had $25.25 in sales, $5.26 in fees, giving me a profit of $19.99, and my average sales price for each item that sold was $8.42. Unfortunately, you will see my average sale price across the board this time was pretty low. I did sell a lot of items that my cost of goods was very low, so I let a lot of things sell for lower than what I normally would. Also, I had to compete with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday, like all of the things that come right in a row after Thanksgiving. I did send out aggressive offers. I was running a 30% off sale on eBay. And honestly, I didn't really get much from the aggressive offers and the 30% sale that I was running. So I tried. Moving on to Poshmark, where I only had 5 sales. I know there's been a lot of changes on Poshmark this year and a lot of people aren't happy. I am one of those people. I think it has turned into kind of a garage sale a little bit. More people are noticing lower and lower offers. I think that some of the live sales that start at $3 and $5 aren't helping that fact. So I just continue to plug on listings and keep my fingers crossed. I'm doing all the things, sharing, listing, relisting. I'm doing everything except live sales because I don't want to. I don't have the time for it. And to be honest with you, I don't really like them that much. So that's why I won't ever do them on Poshmark at least. Maybe Whatnot, maybe like very far down the road, but not on Poshmark. And this is absolutely no judgment or shade thrown to people who do Poshmark lives. If they work for you, go right ahead. I just personally don't like the format of it. I think there's too many going on all at once. And sometimes also the connectivity isn't great. Like there's either a lag or the quality is not great. So honestly, I just kind of skip them all together. And I am sorry about my little rant on Poshmark, but I think a lot of us have been feeling a little jaded by Poshmark this year. So the first sale on Poshmark was after a 5-day streak of 0 sales on Poshmark, was a pair of Old Navy jeans. These were the mid-rise Power Slim Straight Distressed jeans. These came out of my swap meet leftovers from my friend Courtney over at Magnolia Thrifts. She sent me a bunch of items that were left over in the swap meet. All I had to do was pay for shipping, and that made my cost of goods for each item around 85 cents. These sold for $18, which was my full asking price with no discounted shipping. The next item was a Life magazine of June 14th, 1968, featuring Robert F. Kennedy. This was a free to me item. It was actually living in my husband's desk at work for years that somebody had given him. I forget the reason why, but I listed it up on all platforms. It wasn't really selling for a ton, but I thought it was worth a shot. And surprisingly, it sold on Poshmark for $8, which was my full asking price and no discounted shipping. Next up is a Calvin Klein genuine leather pleated wide woven canvas elastic belt. This came out of one of my Shop Goodwill belt unboxings. I did have to do a small repair on it. Some of the pleating of the leather, the stitching had come undone, so I just took some needle and thread and sewed it up real good, the best that I could. And it sold for $16, which was my full asking price, so there was no discounted shipping. Oh, in between the magazine and the Calvin Klein belt, I had another 4-day gap in sales. And then I got all these belt sales. The next 2 sales are also belt sales, and they sold back to back within an hour of each other. Sometimes I don't understand Poshmark and their algorithm, but I am happy that these came through. The first one was a gold tone skinny thin oval linked adjustable chain belt. This one sold for $11 with discounted shipping. And then the last belt was a silver tone chain link metal tassel dangle thin skinny belt. It sold for $9 with discounted shipping as well. So of my 5 Poshmark sales, I had $62 in sales, $15.65 in fees. I did give out 2 shipping discounts, so that's $4.04, giving me a profit of $42.31, and my average sales price for each item that sold was $12.40. And then finally on eBay, I had 15 sales. The first one was a new with tags Olga Luxury Lift Full Coverage Underwire Bra. I actually purchased this on Poshmark a long time ago for myself, but I didn't like the way that it fit, so it laid in my dresser for several years, and then finally I listed it, and it sold within a few weeks of me listing it for $15. Next up is a Crown and Ivy Beach Villa Print V-neck blouse. This was sleeveless. It was 100% rayon. It was a very fun print. There was one small hole on the shoulder that I did not repair, and it sold for $7, and it came out of my America's Thrift Supply micro bale. And then the next 2 sales are from my Via Trading Amazon jewelry lot. The first one was a faux pearl O-shaped initial monogram gold tone link necklace. It did come with a gift box, and it sold for $9.74. Then the other Via Trading Amazon jewelry lot sale was a Sisters by Heart, Not by Blood silver tone amber charm necklace, also with a gift box, and it sold for $8.49. The next sale was a Caslon gray open knit short sleeve blouse. I won something on Poshmark. I forget exactly what kind of promotion they were doing, but I won $50 in credit. So I did a little giveaway on Instagram. This was years ago, probably like 2 years ago. And I said that I would pick somebody to shop from their closet. And this is one of the items that I purchased from somebody. It did take almost 3 years to sell, but it finally sold for $14.50. Next up is a pair of shoes that I got out of my Thread Up shoe rescue box. It was a pair of Rothys, my first ever Rothys that I had. It was the Flame Red The Point flexible slip-on ballet flats. The US size was actually worn off, but right below it was the UK sizing and the European sizing. So I just went to Rothy's website and saw what the conversion was, and I saw that it was a size 9. So I put that in my listing, and they sold for $40. They sold within about a week of me listing them, and that was an offer that the customer sent to me, I believe. The next sale was another pair of shoes from the same Thread Up shoe rescue box. It was a pair of Franco Sardo black leather Starland, that was the style name, pointed toe loafers. They were a size 7. I did use the word dark academia because loafers are a popular thing to wear for dark academia style. Did those keywords make it sell? I have no idea, but they sold for $25.49, so maybe it did help. Next up is a game that I actually found in our basement from previous owners. It was in like a cabinet with a whole bunch of other stuff. It looked like it had never really been played with before, so I decided to list it. It was an adult game, and I'm not going to say the name because I don't know if that kind of stuff will get me demonetized, and I don't want to risk that, but it was definitely X-rated. It was 18 and over. It came in a little round tin. It was missing the instruction sheet, but there was actually instructions on the back of the tin, so they were already right there. The game sold for $7, and the customer reached out to me saying that they've been looking for this game and wanting to play it forever, so she's glad that she found my listing, and that was 100% pure profit. I only made $5.51, but I mean, better than donating it, right? Next up is a Leah Sophia bronze pebbled leather wrap bracelet. It had a little silver charm with rhinestones on it. It sold for $8, and the customer actually left me feedback saying that they had lost this bracelet and it was one of their favorite bracelets. So they were very happy to find my listing on eBay to replace that favorite bracelet. Next up is an H&M powder light blue acrylic and mohair blend sweater. This is one of the oldest items I have in my stores and closets. It was from July of 2019. This came from a reseller mystery box when I first started out reselling, and it finally sold for $9.50. Very happy to get that out of my house. Next up is a silver tone Om Pani Padme Hum Tibetan Buddhist mantra. It was a cuff bracelet. This came out of a thread up jewelry rescue box, the 15-piece one, I believe. I totally forget what Om Mani Padme Hum means now, but I will put it up here if I can remember. And it sold for $7. Next up, we have a brown and black leather wrapped silver heart lipstick lip balm holder. I said this is great for traveling. This I actually purchased off of Poshmark for myself couple of years ago. I did use it quite frequently, and then I switched purses and honestly kind of forgot about it. It may be from the brand Brighton, but there were no brandings, no markings or anything on it, so I did not want to list it as Brighton, but it sold for $6.99. Next up, we have a gold tone crisscross wide metal cuff bracelet. It was definitely a statement piece. There was a little bit of wear to it, but not too bad. This also came out of a thread up jewelry rescue box, and it sold for $7. Next up is a brassy gold filigree interlocking black elastic medium width belt. This I originally wasn't going to list because it wasn't that substantial, but I decided to put it up anyway. It is from one of my Shop Goodwill belt unboxings, and it sold for $7.50. And then the last item was a pair of Christmas bell earrings. These came from my Via Trading Amazon jewelry lot. This pair of earrings was actually the last pair of the Christmas bell rhinestone earrings that I had to sell, and they sold for $8.25. I do still have some Christmas tree earrings. I'll put them up here. I have them listed on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. Perfect for holiday parties, Christmas parties, holiday events, etc. So if you're interested, reach out to me on those platforms and I will give you a really good deal. So of my 15 sales on eBay, I had $181.46 in sales. I made a shipping profit of $25.80. Fees were $48.64, giving me a profit of $158.62. My average sales price for each item that sold was $12.10. And now for my total numbers, where I had 23 sales from November 16th through November 30th of 2023. I had $268.71 in sales, $47.79 in fees. Cost of goods was $43.58, which was actually really low, giving me a net profit of $177.34. And my average cost of goods for each item that sold was only $1.89. Most of the things that sold these 2 weeks were belts and jewelry, which most of my belts are around $1.50 cost of goods. And then my jewelry is about $1.75. So that's why my cost of goods was pretty low this time. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this What Sold video. If you like this video and you are not subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I do these What Sold videos every 2 weeks on my channel, and we would love to have you here. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!